this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 secrets of gratitude that no one tells you. I'm going to show you how you can powerfully apply this in your life and how this changes everything. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 secrets of gratitude that you may have never heard of before, why it is the most underrated thing when it comes to manifestation, and how you can powerfully apply it in your own life. Now, to help illustrate this concept, I have my handy dandy notebook here, and I'm going to be showing you how gratitude works in a completely new way. Now, here's the thing. We come and are source energy. That is who we are. We're having a temporary physical life that we perceive through our senses, and what happens is when we are feeling disconnected from that source energy that we naturally are, which is a very high vibration. Think of this as a very high vibration. We come and are of a very high vibration naturally. Now the idea is that when we come here, we have certain experiences in life that sometimes make us feel less than that high vibe experience. Now what happens is in life, we always get a reflection of our vibration. Now, if our vibration is that of a lower frequency, we will only be able to perceive of that is equal to whatever that frequency is. So maybe you've seen me before as well. I show that chart on consciousness. You'll see at the lower end of the chart, you'll see emotions such as shame, fear, guilt, then eventually neutrality. Neutrality is when we learn how to observe our thoughts and not let them have that much power over us. And then eventually you get into that of willingness, love, bliss, and then enlightenment towards the top. Now, the idea behind this is that closer towards the top is our natural state of being. This is why many people in the past that have been enlightened have said, enlightenment is not something you attain, it's something you realize. Because what you do is you let go of all the stuff underneath, all the lower emotions, and then what's left is your natural high vibration. So when we are in and we are feeling gratitude, what gratitude does when we say that I am grateful for whatever in my life, and it could be something as simple as I am grateful that I woke up today. It could be something that simple. It doesn't have to necessarily be materialistic things like I'm grateful for this treadmill bike thing that I have, or I'm grateful for the couches and the painting that I just got, or whatever. It doesn't have to be that, but it can. So it's either way with this. But it's about understanding that source energy is where we came from, and what happens when we feel gratitude, when we're saying thank you for what I have, thank you for this experience, what we are doing is we are unifying ourselves with fulfillment. So this is the thing with the law of attraction that I've shared many times before, is that people want something, and when they want something, they are saying, I don't currently have it. So if you say, I'm over here, and I really, really want what's over here, whatever this thing is, we're saying, I really, really want this. We're saying, I also really, really don't currently have this, because that want emphasizes the lack. Now, what gratitude does is gratitude allows us to unify with the source energy, and what then ends up happening is by unifying with source energy, we start to feel fulfillment. We start to feel whole and complete. So the first secret that no one tells you with that of gratitude is that literally when we feel gratitude, we are unifying ourselves with source energy. It is of a higher vibrational state of consciousness. If you look at that chart of consciousness again, it is towards the top. It would be close to love, joy, peace, because gratitude is unifying us with who we naturally are. So what are some easy ways that you can feel gratitude? Well, the easiest way that I found to do it is to simply do it right when you wake up in the morning, because right when you wake up in the morning, you have in a way a clean slate. So what I do is when I wake up in the morning, I will think of 2 or 3 things that I'm grateful for, and what I do is I put the awareness inside my body and I really feel it. Now, the thing is the first or second time doing it, you might not feel it as powerfully. It might not be this ecstatic joy or bliss, But the thing is with consistency, it will become easier and easier for you to feel. And what happened is over time, you develop this momentum. Now, I used to play around with this idea too, because I first read this book. It's called The Science of Getting Rich. And I read it, it's like a short 60-page book. I read it when I worked at Nordstrom's and Women's Shoes, sales commission job. And I remember reading it, and it was talking about how literally gratitude unifies us with source consciousness, which is our natural high vibrational state, and that when we do that, it raises our frequency. So I remember focusing on gratitude when I was at my job, and I was on the sales floor helping people, and I would feel gratitude for every situation, for every person that came in, even if they didn't buy. I'd feel gratitude just for being there. And what would happen is it would raise my state. I would start to find more and more reasons to feel grateful. And then that turned into making more money while I was there, because then I'm feeling so grateful that my energy is more magnetic. Then the people around me at the same time can feel that, so that it's almost like a contagious energy, or it is a contagious energy. So the key is to start off small, but to increase the amount of focus you put on what you're grateful for. This can really be a habit that transforms your life if you apply it. Now, the second secret of gratitude is that by doing this, what you do by feeling gratitude, you turn on the fountains of fulfillment. So think of that. I kind of mentioned it in the last one, but this is the difference. When you're in this high vibrational state, imagine this is like high vibe. So Harry Potter, electricity right here. Imagine that you're in this high vibe state. Because you're in this high vibe state and you're feeling fulfilled because you're focused on what you already have that you're grateful for, that fulfillment, that completeness, that wholeness, what happens is when you go out into the world, either other people will feel that off of you, or there will be certain opportunities and events in your life that then resonate with your vibration. So it's almost like you always get in life that which is equal to. When you're feeling and equal to the gratitude that's already in your life, you increase your frequency, and then what happens is a natural byproduct of that gratitude is the materialistic things, is what you desire, the kind of experiences you want to have. So what most people do is most people go straight for that of whatever the goals are, thinking that that's what they want. The key is knowing that even though you may get that thing that you want to manifest in your life, that's not necessarily what will make you happy. The happiness comes from within. Think about it. Sometimes we say, oh, that'll make me happy. But all it is we're giving permission in our own mind for when X, Y, or Z happens, then we can feel happy. So it's almost like just give yourself permission to feel it now. If you start to feel gratitude now for what you already have, for simply being alive, then what will happen is you start to resonate with higher and higher expressions of what that is. So instead of thinking of gratitude as something that you do to get something else, realize that you can feel gratitude for a lower barrier entry. What I mean by this is you don't need it to be something that's on a pedestal. It's like, I have to feel gratitude. Think of it as natural for you because it's part of who you naturally are, for you to feel that. So the key is to simply know that gratitude is a natural state of being for you. And in the same way that you don't visualize, many people also visualize because they want what visualization will get them. I'll visualize this because then that'll eventually come into my life. The key to visualization is doing visualization because it's an end of itself. Do visualization because of the vibration it makes you feel, because you condition in the emotion of it. In the same way, think of gratitude, because gratitude is and feels amazing. It feels amazing to feel gratitude, and when you feel gratitude and you're in that amazing state, amazing things happen. But don't necessarily intend to feel gratitude because of what it will get you, because then in a way it takes away the power of it. Gratitude is your natural state of being. It doesn't have to be on a pedestal like that. So that's something that I have found to be very powerful, is going straight to the gratitude for what I already have. And like I said, to do it right when you wake up in the morning. And as you do that, it begins to grow. It begins to grow, and it becomes easier and easier for you to feel. But remember, in life, we always get that which is equal to our vibration. So gratitude literally increases our frequency, And then from that point going forward, we get a higher expression of what that is. We will literally see opportunities come into our life that prior we may have not seen. Now, this is because those opportunities may have always been around us, but we weren't resonating at the frequency to perceive them because there could have been that lack vibration of thinking that I really, really want that, therefore I don't currently have that. Therefore, the thing that's always been around us, it could be an opportunity, could be someone, a person reaching out to you to help you, but they've never felt inclined to help you because they subconsciously could feel that lack. Remember as well, people will feel the vibration of whatever you are putting out. So for example, if you didn't feel good about yourself, if you felt like you didn't have good self-esteem, you didn't feel worthy, you go out, you may be around other people, and those other people may feel that unworthiness on you. They may treat you accordingly, and then you may think to yourself, wow, nobody sees the value in me. But the key is feeling the gratitude about you first, feeling grateful for what you already have, because as you do that, you increase your frequency, and then other people respond to you based on that. That's why it's really true that the more you love yourself, the more other people can love you. Because the more you love yourself, the more you emit that love, and as you emit that, other people can feel that, and it reminds them and helps them to feel into that state of being. So the third secret to that of gratitude has to do simply with understanding the electromagnetic energy of our heart. So our heart emits electromagnetic energy, and we have what is called a toroidal field around our body. This is something that the Heart Math Institute has shown. This is something that has also been shown that the heart is thousands of times more powerful than that of the head. We have a toroidal field that goes around our head and one that goes around our heart. Now, what happens is when people create from the head, when people are creating from dualistic type thinking, they create polarity. So the idea is that we go to create something in our life, like I really, really want this, but when in our head, what happens is we also create the potential for the opposite of whatever this is. So the key is to get out of duality, to get out of the polarization by getting into the heart center. When you get into the heart center, things happen magically. When you get into your heart center, you will find that you start to experience a totally new reality, because this is actually who you are. When you feel from your heart, when you're speaking from your heart, when you're doing things that you're passionate about, it has an increased vibration threaded through it, and things will happen in alignment with that. So the key to this is actually very simple. Right now, what we can do is we could do a quick 1 or 2 minute exercise that will increase the electromagnetic energy of your heart, help you to feel more present to the moment, and also help you to unify with more of what you want to experience in your life. So all you got to do for this is get your hands like this, put your hands over your heart, and maybe you feel your hands, whether they're warm or cold or room temperature, and you can feel it over your heart center right now. Now what we can do is we're just going to take in a deep breath in, deep breath out, feel our body relax. So take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, put the awareness in your heart. And the more you put the awareness in your heart, the more the energy grows. Now set the intention that you feel grateful inside of your heart center. Feel and focus on one thing that you could feel grateful for right now. If you really wanted to, what is one thing that you could feel grateful for? Could be someone in your life. Could be a certain situation that's happened in your life recently that's given you an opportunity that you weren't aware of before. Could be something small that you recognized the other day that maybe sometimes you take for granted. Could be something as simple as, I got up today, I'm breathing, I'm alive, feel healthy today. Whatever it is, focus on that gratitude and focus on it being inside of your heart. Now what happens is as you do this, maybe you feel it now. I'm sure you feel it now more than you did a minute ago, even when we first put our hands over our heart. Can you feel that tingling sensation in your heart? Can you feel that the more you put your attention in your heart, that it begins to raise? It begins to raise in intensity. You can feel it more and more. The idea is that this energy inside of your heart, this gratitude, is unifying you with who you really are. Now the key is when you wake up every morning inside of your bed, to put the awareness into your heart center. I literally will do that. I'll be laying in bed and I'll put my hands over my heart like this. And what I'll do is I'll focus on 2 or 3 things that I'm grateful for. And the funny thing is when I do that, those days always turn out much better than the days I don't do it. I promise you, if you do this, you will feel a difference, and it will be a positive thing. Every morning you wake up, put your hands over your heart like this, make it a habit, make it a routine, and focus on 2 or 3 things you're grateful for, and know that the more you do this, the more powerful it gets. It's simply we haven't been putting that much awareness into our heart center because we've been more focused on what we want, focused on the day-to-day things, the day-to-day tasks. The more you put the awareness in your heart, the more that electromagnetic energy will grow. And as that frequency increases, as that energy field expands, you will also expand your life in a very powerful way. You'll experience more opportunities. You'll experience more of what you want. So the heart is the key to creating what you want in a powerful way. The electromagnetic energy of the heart is thousands of times more powerful than that in the head. And the more you tap into it by putting the awareness in it, the more you are going to be increasing that love, the source energy of who you naturally are, and the opportunities in your life that may be around you right now, but just not in the right frequency, because that's what we can do, is put our body into that frequency. So remember, source energy is who you naturally are. When you begin to resonate with that, you begin to perceive of things in your life that priorly weren't there. That secondly, the secret that no one tells you is that the fountains of gratitude will give you the byproducts of that, of what you want to create in your life or to experience in your life, because it's saying, I'm already 100% fulfilled, and the universe will then give you more and more to feel fulfilled about. And then thirdly, put the awareness in your heart and watch how everything begins to change in your life, because you've increased the vibrational field of your body in a very powerful way. Now, if you want help to feel more of this vibration, I've created a Raise Your Vibration MP3 that will help you to raise your vibrational set point, which will also help you with gratitude. It's absolutely free. You can see it in the top of the description box below. I recommend you listen for 21 days to get the maximum benefit out of it. Also, I'll be doing more live Q&As on Instagram, so if you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, I post daily content there, plus I do live Q&As. So if you want to interact with me, if you want to ask me questions, that's where you can do that. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the little notification gear next to the subscribe button so that you can see the daily vids that I do. And other than that, as always, peace, much love, and namaste.